Hello there everyone, me again with some Team Deathmatch on Downfall. So World at War gameplay, and I asked on Twitter which people would like to see the most out of World at War, COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2. And it seemed that World at War came out on top, so I said, okay, no problem. I have a gameplay, let's use it. On that note, if you're a fan of Twitter and you use it, then make sure you follow me. My link is in the description. You can probably guess what it is, but I tend to update random stuff on there, and also when I post a video, I will put it on Twitter as well, because YouTube's subscription boxes are not working correctly. A lot of people are telling me that they're not actually getting the videos, and, you know, I'm just going to post it on Twitter anyway, just in case people miss it, so that's that. This particular gameplay right here you're seeing now is, it's basically an anti-tank sniping gameplay, which sounds kind of weird, on Downfall, and I think I destroy one tank, but mostly it's about staying alive around the tanks. And you'll see I'm using Flak Jacket, which is the gangster perk of choice, and the best perk in the game in my opinion. So what I was going to talk about was, I'm going to touch on all the Black Ops stuff that got released, the multiplayer reveal stuff. For those who don't know, there was a private beta for members of the press, which includes the guys from like Machinima, so Pester, Hutch and Cnans if you want to know more, but it was basically a very closed event, and a few people got to access, you know, like a closed multiplayer version of the game. And it is still in the development stages. There are still possible changes to be made, so whatever is in the game now may or may not change. We don't exactly know. But anyways, so some of the stuff, I'm not going to go into detail of everything that was in it. If you want to see like every single detail, then just look up videos on Machinima Respawn or wherever it is on YouTube you find them. Anyways, first things first, the wager game modes. Now, the way this works is, when you get kills or experience or whatever in any way, you actually get a currency in this game, and you use this currency to buy kill streaks and attachments and all that kind of stuff. So it's a different kind of system, which actually I'm liking so far. Anyways, in these wager game modes, you actually take your currency and you bet it on the match that you're going to win. And there's 4 different game modes apparently. There's called one in a chamber, which is you start with 1 bullet and a knife. If you kill someone, you get an extra bullet. If you don't, you're fucked and you have to knife them. It's basically who wins. Next is Sharpshooter, which is every player gets a weapon at random. I think it's the same weapon for each person. And then you have to use that weapon until it kind of cycles round, and every so often you'll all have to use a different weapon. So it's like after a minute or a minute and a half, whatever. Everyone gets a new weapon. Sticks and Stones, which is you get a ballistic knife, a crossbow, and a tomahawk, which is like a throwing axe thing. Gun game is, apparently it's from Counter-Strike and COD 4, but basically you have one particular gun you start with, and you cycle through a set order of guns. So when you kill a guy with the first gun, you move on to the next one, and you keep going until you get to the end of the list of guns, basically. It's the first person to get to the end of the list. Moving on to the next thing, which is perks, something I'm very interested in the game. As always, it's divided into 3 tiers, and apparently tier 1 affects how your character appears, so I guess that's the most important tier. Tier 1, lightweight, run faster, scavenger, pick up ammo from dead bodies, ghost, which is kind of like cold-blooded or UAV jammer, Flak Jacket, which is what I'm using in this game, definitely a perk I'll be interested in, hardline, same as Modern Warfare 2, 1 less kill for kill streaks, hardened, now onto tier 2, hardened is like FMJ or deep impact. Scout, hold your breath for longer. Steady aim, same as always. Sleight of hand, same as always. Warlord is apparently the same as Bling. I'm guessing there's going to be a Bling Pro kind of version as well. Tier 3, Marathon. It's not exactly the same as Marathon in Modern Warfare 2 in that you don't have infinite sprint, but it's like an extension of extreme conditioning from COD 4 and World at War. Ninja, same as always. Second Chance. Now, I imagine a lot of people won't like that. For those who didn't play World at War, basically it's like Last Stand, but it lasts a lot longer, like 30 seconds, and you can also revive people, and there was always a problem with people like camping in one place and then reviving each other. Maybe they've done something about that, maybe, I don't know what they're planning exactly, but whatever, we'll see how it works out. Next perk is called Hacker, which is very similar to Sit Rep, I imagine. Basically, the pro version as well, you can booby trap care packages and like, you know, turn enemy claymores and stuff against them. That's pretty interesting. So where gadgets and stuff may be overpowered, like for example a lot of people were worried about the security camera thing, I guess if you've got that perk you can turn them against them, so really it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And last tier 3 perk is Tactical Mask, which is a combination of the two shittest perks ever created, which are Gas Mask and Shades from World at War. I always said they should just combine those two, and now they actually have, so maybe they heard me. Who cares? Anyway, yeah, tear gas and flashbangs are basically what it makes you immune to, so pretty cool, I think. Yep, that's pretty much all I want to touch on. There is a lot more stuff. They revealed the guns, the kill streaks and stuff, but I won't go into those. Actually, no, let's touch on one last thing. There's been no confirmation of a public beta yet. Now, obviously, they had a private one for these members of the press and the media or whatever, but that was just for them. It was a closed audience, and I have a feeling they're going to try and keep the game kind of quiet and hidden until the actual game release, so as to maximize sales. But I actually think that's a pretty good thing in a way, because if there was no, if all this stuff was released, all the beta stuff, before we actually got to play the actual game, I think it would kind of ruin the excitement for me, because when you're a kid and it's Christmas time, and like you get presents the day before Christmas, and then it kind of ruins Christmas. That's just how I feel, but I don't know, I'd be kind of happy if they didn't release a beta, as long as they get all the stuff right in the game. But, and also on a more selfish note, I know if they did release it, it would be only on Xbox, and I can't play it on my PS3, so it's kind of funny. I got a message earlier today from someone saying that they would actually be willing to donate me their Xbox, but they sent it over PSN, so I thought they weren't being serious. If you are serious, then just give me a PM or whatever. I love free stuff, as anyone does, but anyways, moving on. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a beta, to be honest, but if there is, then good for you Xbox people. I have a feeling that Treyarch will be releasing more multiplayer footage on the way before the release, but it'll be kind of constricted. They won't release it all at once, obviously. They want to keep the interest up. They don't want to, kill the hype. But anyways, that's enough on Black Ops before I make too many mistakes. Before anyone asks, no, I did not get to play it. I'm just reading stuff off a website, basically. So, what I said may or may not be wrong. Anyways, back to the gameplay for a bit towards the end of the video. I'm using Flak Jacket here with a PTRS. Now, the PTRS, all the sniper rifles in this game, when scoped, have the same damage, basically. So, it doesn't really matter. The reason I chose the PTRS is just because it makes a beastly sound, and I like it, so... It actually has a special quirk as well, that it does slightly more damage to tanks than normal bullets do. Although it's not very useful, because compared to, like, explosives, it's still really pitiful. Anyways, let's wrap up the video here. Give me a thumbs up if you liked, because I always appreciate ratings. And let me know what you think of Black Ops so far from all the multiplayer stuff. And I'll see you all later. Bye.